Welcome to Stuck in Middle Podcast. I'm Reflex, one of your hosts. I'm here with Timmy Dayo, my brother Timmy Dayo.
What's good, champ?
I'm not gonna try your last name. I'm just gonna say he looks like Black Jesus out here.
Hey man,
with the beard and the dress, man. How long
you want your sins forgiven?
Nah, not from you, bro. Not from you. But it's a pleasure having you, bro.
Likewise,
doing something a little different here today, cause you were the brainchild behind the conference coming up.
Yes, sir.
Christ and Culture Conference, August 18th.
Correct.
That's next month. Christ and Culture Conference. Like, what's the idea behind that? And first, before you tag that, who is Timmy Dayo and why? Why are you engineering this conference coming up?
Yes, sir. So I'm from Nigeria, and was born there. I've been in the States for about 15 years. Currently live in Laurel. Attend a church down in Columbia. Work full time, and with IBM, and currently a student at Reformed Theological Seminary, RTS. So the conference, really, the idea behind it is it's a one-day event aimed at exploring the intersectionality rather of Christianity and the African culture.
Yeah. So Christ and Culture. Now, so we have the flyer here. I don't know if people can see it, but it's a free event.
Free 99.
Free 99. I like it.
All free.
You gonna have the food?
Hey, food is free too. Lunch and breakfast.
And it's gonna be in Columbia, Maryland.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed, man, there's 3 gigantic, important topics that you're gonna be touched on in this conference. I'm just gonna read it for the people. What a healthy marriage looks like in an African home.
Yes, sir.
Are you afraid of voodoo? Can I make a decision against my parents' desires? Like, why those 3
Heavy
topics?
hitters, man.
Yeah. Why those 3 topics in particular? Like, this is important.
They are.
Yeah.
They are, and let me say this before I answer that question. What's fascinating about those topics? So you're from Cameroon. I'm from Nigeria,
right.
but we vibe on that topic.
Yeah, it's relevant. I can relate.
So for the conference, it started. We had the event series at my house, and we can talk more about that later. But what's fascinating is we had over 6 African countries that were present, and on all those topics, there was a lot of similarity and commonality on those topics. So the reason for those is they're prevalent. They affect our everyday life. And when I talk to my friends at my church, and I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do. What kind of topics you think would be relevant? This is some of the ideas they threw out.
In the marriage, voodoo, making decisions against parents' desires. That's something that it's some of those topics are really close to home for me. So if you had experience in that, if any, in your personal life,
yeah, definitely, man. Talk about the parenting. I'm from Nigeria. Yeah, my wife's from Togo.
Yeah,
so.
Getting married to her probably a hurdle.
Yeah, man. It was a hurdle. But we here now. And so that's something that's relevant. That I've experienced. And if I start telling stories, we'll be here all day. So.
So who is, are you going to be the one speaking at this event? You have speakers coming, touching on the different topics, or how is it going to be structured?
Yeah, we're going to have speakers. We're going to have 3 sessions on those, 3 topics, a speaker each. We got a guy named Daniel Fabuyi, really good guy. He will be speaking on sorcery, voodoo, juju, witchcraft, whichever term people want to use. And it's from Nigeria. We'll also have a guy named Josiah Katumu, really good guy as well. He will be speaking on marriage, and it's from Kenya.
Okay, yeah.
Another guy named Ebenezer Afu, great guy as well. And he'll be speaking on parenting. So all this is looking at marriage, parenting, and sorcery from within African context, and saying as Christians, what's our deal with these issues?
How we're supposed to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in hearing about the voodoo and the sorcery, especially in the Western context.
Yeah.
How we're supposed to view it, and also as believers. You know what I mean? Want to focus on you a little bit. You mentioned you in seminary right now.
Yes, sir.
From theological seminary. I actually took a class there.
Yeah, man, that's where we met.
way back. But and you have a full time in IBM.
Yes, sir.
why seminary? Since somebody might be watching this right now, it's like, yo, like, you black
Yeah.
kid, like, why seminary? What's inspiring that? What's propelling that?
It's a good question, man, and it's a really good question. I think for me, when I was in college, one of the fascinating questions I asked myself was, where does this Christian faith, this Christian religion, how did it all start? What's the historical data behind it? When it comes to the Bible, when I'm trying to understand it, how helpful could the original languages be? And so that's one of the reasons I went to seminary, to get an understanding of the history of Christianity, of the church, to get a better understanding of the languages. But of course, along those lines, I learned much more than that. And you think about it like this: if you want to be a doctor,
Yeah.
you don't just walk up in the hospital and start treating patients.
Now you gotta go through some training.
Yes, sir. If you want to be a teacher, you don't just even if you want to be an IT professional, you gotta get some certification. You gotta get some training. And it's just interesting that when it comes to the church, when it comes to being a preacher, a pastor, we let that slide. We say we just find someone and say, hey man, why don't you go be a pastor?
You're called, so you got the anointing.
Yeah. We don't have a high value of education, and I think it is important. I'm not saying it's the end be all, but Christianity didn't just come out of a vacuum in the 21st century. There's 2,000 years of history behind it.
Yeah, I'm more interested, since I think intrigued in the fact that you're an African brother,
Yes, sir.
and you want to plant a church, I suppose, in the future.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a neat thing, because it'd be dope to see an African church in the Western world. The music that they're worshiping, and the style of worshiping, and I don't know, a more authentic, Bible filled.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up to that church. As long as you cut the beard and not look like Black Jesus. But going back to the conference though, so it's August 18th.
August 18th.
That's a Saturday. People can register where?
You can register online, ccafricancontext.com. That's 2 C's, africancontext.com. And, there's tons of details on the website. You can see the speakers, you can see the agenda for the day, and the registration link it's on the website as well.
All right. Hey, my brother Temi Dayo, I appreciate you, breaking it down for us. I hope, people pull up. It's a Saturday. Bring your kids. It's a family friendly.
It's family friendly. Bring your kids, and you don't gotta be African to be there. You can be Black, Hispanic, Asian, and then just pull up, and and I say one more thing, man. This whole deal, it's the real heart really is for Africans to be challenged in 2 ways. Challenged to embrace the African culture and not see it as all bad as Christians, and 2, challenged to be willing to forsake the culture where it contradicts the Christian faith. And so we'll be looking at what does an healthy marriage look like in an African home. How should Christians interact with Voodoo? In what ways as the Christian church Christianized Voodoo? And parenting. Can we disobey our parents without dishonoring them? So that's what it is, man. Pull up if you're available. Register. Seats are filling up fast. ccafricancontext.com.
Hey, I'm gonna be there.
You gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a quick trip out of the country and come back just for that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you breaking it down for us,
sir.
and I look forward to seeing you there, brother.
Man, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man. And best wishes to the
Thank you.
rest of your studies in seminary.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.